Welcome to the Andre Price Show, the show where we talk to different guests from industries such as artistry, animation, science, politics, business, and technology to learn more about what they do. I'm your host, engineer, and published author, Andre Price. And today I'm joined by GhostGamer260, also known as Blake, content creator, streamer, and voice actor. How are you today, Blake?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. How does it feel not being our host, the Ghost, for the next hour?
Finally, somebody else is gonna do my job. I'm kidding.
That's the best part, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but nah, jokes aside, it is a pleasure to be here and to be on the show.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. So the first question I have is, what led to you doing what you do, the content creation, the streaming, the voice acting? What was there one specific moment exactly that I guess made this become a dream for you? Or was it a build up of a lot of somethings, I guess you could say?
I got this. So when I was younger, I got diagnosed with diabetes, and while I was in the hospital, they brought in, I don't know what it was. I think it was just a TV that had YouTube on it. And during that time, I mean, it just made everything so much better. I mean, just being able to, laugh while, having a IV in the arm and all that. So I just like to try to bring that moment back for others. Just, if you're having a bad day, hope my videos can at least make them a little better.
Did that stay in the hospital? When you were watching YouTube, did it inspire you to want to do a certain genre content creation?
At the time, gaming videos, I always wanted to do like just horror or comedy or just something that would, just always keep people entertained. And eventually that did turn into reactions. But honestly, with how things have worked out so far, I'm very glad I made that choice.
Yeah, it was a really good choice. Actually, I don't know if you remember, but we've kind of come full circle in a way. You and I met a year and a half ago, and you showed me your content. And I told you in person, I was like, hey, I would love to collaborate sometime. And I think I told you back then, hey, I was thinking about doing a podcast. I don't know if you remember that or not, but
I think so. Hold on a second. I'm like, hold on a second. When was this?
I know it's been a while.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I remember now. All right.
Yeah, it took a second. Yeah, it took a second there. Luckily, the idea did not fall through. but it's really, I guess, inspiring to see when tough situations like that, because being hospitalized like that, especially from a younger age, that can be terrifying, right? I'm sure you would agree that could be a really terrifying thing to happen. And I feel like all of us, the ones in this call right now, and people throughout the world have used YouTube or content creation as probably some sort of coping mechanism or a way to shut out the world from the problems and to just experience this type of this fictional artificial world. Would you agree with that?
Very much. I absolutely agree with that.
Is there, during your time creating content, is there a certain content that you prefer making? I know you've done reactions, you've done gameplays, and I think 7 years ago or so, you were doing some type of vlogs, some vlogs with like comedy thrown in for a second.
Yeah. Honestly, out of all my time doing videos and content creation, I think I have to say by far my favorite part is always being able to collab with others. I love the bond that is just formed between these small moments. Like, yeah, you might just do one-on-one collab and then might go your separate ways. But during that time, I can promise you'll have a blast. And by the end of it, I'm sure you have also learned something by the end.
What are some of your favorite collabs that you've done?
Oh my goodness, where do I start? Obviously my co-host Amiri TV, great guy. I've been collabing with him for how long it's been now? 4 years. and especially the charity stream. I mean, being able to work with a bunch of other content creators to raise enough money for Feeding America. I mean, how can you not have a great time during that?
That's amazing. That's Can you tell me more about this event that you did? That sounds amazing, actually.
Of course. I got invited to do a charity stream, and we raised over $2,000 for the charity group Feeding America. A lot of the content creators, such as Viger, Navsy Vol, um, Super Raccoon, hosted the event, and I mean, it was just an honor to even be brought in, let alone be able to record. And they were super nice too. I mean, even after I had asked if I would even be able to keep recording, and they were like, "Absolutely, if you want to keep recording, go ahead." I can tell you, I've had a blast, and definitely a shout out to all of them.
Awesome. Yeah, shout out to them. If you're listening to this podcast right now, make sure you follow them too. What are some of the activities you did during this charity stream?
Let me see. We started off obviously just introducing ourselves, having a blast, and then once the cameras were on, started out in Among Us, Gartic Phone, Super Smash Brothers, a bit of Subnautica. There was Marvel Rivals, and I think what's it called? Not Lethal Company. I'll have to go back and check what that last game was called. But in the end, I can promise you, you will not be disappointed if you all check out those videos from all those content creators. They're all super nice, super great, and honestly, I can tell you right now, just a great journey to be on.
Yeah, I will say I do agree with you. I think that collaborations and being able to talk with other creators, it provides, I guess, this bigger sense of community and solo, of course, solo content creation is a blast as well. But I think there's something about the collaboration aspect from working with other people that makes it feel, I don't know, close to home in a way. I don't know if you understand what I mean by that, but
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like I said, collaborating with others is always a team effort, and sometimes it might work, sometimes it might not, but in the end, I can promise you, like I said, you'll learn something in the end. And hey, who knows? I mean, I started collaborating with Amiri 4 years ago, and just this year we met in person. So you never know what kind of journey you're going to be going on when you make that first video or first collab.
that's very true. It's always important to take that first step. That first step can lead to a very, very defining journey for everyone. So
Very true.
Aside from streaming, you're also into voice acting. What is your favorite part about voice acting?
Oh goodness. Honestly, it's the freedom you get when making, because when you start voice acting, you don't know what to expect. You receive just a few lines, and it's your job to kind of mold this character into how you feel. Because when you get accepted for that role, you take on literally voicing this character in the show, comic, or whatever part it's going to be in. And honestly, if I had to just give some advice, don't worry about it. Have fun. Because in the end, I could promise you, if you're going to stress out about a role, you're probably not going to get it. But if you have fun and, I mean, work hard with it, you're absolutely going to have a blast, whether you get that role or not.
What's one of your favorite roles that you've done?
Oh, goodness. Let me think.
Either past, present, or or in progress. Any of those.
Oh, I feel that. Um, I've had fun voicing for BackUpSquad as an announcer, and for a game called Darkness Awakens, a Five Nights at Freddy's Sonic-inspired game. I had a blast voice acting as, forget the name, but it was a bee animatronic. And although I'll admit, I wish I could go back and revoice that character now. Um, the puns and all that made the role so much more enticing when I took it on.
What's say a line right now? What's one of your favorite lines from that?
Oh goodness. So I think it was. Oh goodness, what was it called? Oh, I remember now. Okay. You better behave before we be getting you. It's so
That was
cringy,
perfect.
but I love
That was
it.
perfect. That was top tier. That was top notch. When if we ever do an award ceremony, I'll make sure you're nominated just for this role.
Oh goodness, thank you.
So are you planning on hosting another Ghost Awards this year?
Oh, very much. I'm going to be combining both the 2025 and 2026, and I actually the reason it's taking so long is currently because I'm my last few have been very just like PowerPoint or CapCut inspired. This one I'm looking to do more of 3D actually. I'm going to be doing more Unreal
Oh,
in
nice.
this one.
Nice. What happens in the Ghost Awards for anyone that's unfamiliar?
Ah, good question. So, for those who don't know, the Ghost Awards is a series I do on YouTube to give awards out to people in my community, people I collab with, fan art, most comments of the year. It's it rewards people for how much they've put in because a channel can only work as much as the viewers who watch it. It's a group effort, and I like to give back to those who really try hard on the channel. I mean, if I were to make a video and I mean I get one comment, hey, I made somebody's day that day. So if they have the time to leave a comment and they keep doing it per video, I feel like I should be able to shout you out in the Ghost Awards.
Honestly, that's a very good mindset to have. I think when creating content, and I think you may agree with me here. I think your community is what you cultivate it to be. Whenever you give that positive reinforcement to your community, you receive positive reinforcement as well. It's kind of like an equal exchange of positivity with your content and with those who are watching your content. So I think award ceremonies like this are very beneficial in creating that, I guess, that equal exchange. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. I 100% agree with that.
So, in this journey that you found yourself on, when did it start feeling real? Did you just wake up one day thinking, wow, I'm a streamer? How did that go for you?
Oh goodness. Everybody who has ever done content creation will one day have that moment. Um I think it started a while back for me when it actually happened to me twice. The first time I had got a video that did above, I think it was 1,000 views, and I mean at the time each video I had was only like 50 views or something, and I mean it's moments like that that really show like your work is paying off, and just in the end, like hard work is always rewarded. That's the best way I look at it. Is if you're willing to put it in, you will one day be rewarded for that. And
Completely agree.
another moment that just really set in was like um I currently run a server known as YouTube Nightmares, and I mean I never thought I would be running a server with so many content creators. I mean, currently we have 34, and I mean I even right now you can hear it. I still don't believe it sometimes, but I mean I could never thank them enough. We always pour support into each other's channels. We love to just keep going, and one day I hope to meet all of them in person, but you know, honestly, just being able to record with them, I'd say that's good enough.
Yeah, it feels, I guess, unreal at times. Even when you've gotten used to it, it still feels unreal. Is that how you would describe it?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, sometimes you just look back at the recordings, you're like, wow, this is happening right now.
Yeah, I relate to that. I recorded this one ad for my university around 2 years ago now, and it appears
Mm.
on TV, Netflix, Amazon Prime, and like other week I'll get a text, Andre, I saw you on TV, and it never like feels more, if it never feels real. The fact that, you know, thousands of people are just seeing these ads, and people that I know are seeing these ads. And I guess you could say it's a similar circumstance with yourself. When you publish a video, it does very well, and you're like, wow, this video resonated with so many people.
Absolutely.
So when it comes to content creation, what is a hardship of it? What is something that's very difficult that many people may not realize how challenging it could be?
It's got to be the time put in. A lot of people really, and nothing against it. I mean, if you love to do what you're doing, go for it. But a lot of new content creators do not realize how much time you're going to be putting into it. And that goes for all channels. I mean, you are going to be putting, if you feel like you want to continue, you're going to be putting a lot of time and effort, and obviously eventually you'll start improving, and good for you. But time is definitely something that is required to do this task. And a lot of people who, I mean, even the viewers don't sometimes realize how long it takes to make some videos. I mean, even some of my videos, I've spent, I think, over at least a week making some of them, if they're large enough.
A week? Wow. Is that just from recording? Is that, I assume that also includes editing and processing and the whole process?
Yeah, and that's not even counting like videos that were canceled or corrupted files. Like, there will always be some hardships. But that being said, there are also great moments. Like, yeah, some videos might not be used, but did you have fun making that video? Did you have a blast working with the people you were working with? I mean, even if it's a solo video, did you have fun with, like, for example, when I was recording Puppy Playtime, yeah, I was terrified, but at the same time, I loved the recording, the moments I was doing, just all of it. Like, yeah, there's going to be some hardships, but at the same time, I promise you, if you're having fun during it, it's going to be worth it.
That's very good advice. I think that goes for a lot of different industries as well. It's what's most important is that you're enjoying doing what you're doing. On that same line of questioning, is there anything that made you, I guess, want to stop making content?
Stop making content. Let's see. Have I can't say I've ever had a moment that has been like that I want to stop making content. I think no, I can't actually say that I've ever run into a moment where I've wanted to stop making content.
That's good. That's really good. So I have a quick question for you.
Of course.
It's a really important question. It's probably the most important question of this entire interview, and I guess it'll decide, you know, whether we end it early or if we go for the full time. FNAF 1 or FNAF 2?
Gotta go FNAF 2.
See, that's the answer I was hoping you wouldn't say.
Yeah, fair. I mean, okay. Can I at least say why?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, don't get me wrong. Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is absolutely way more terrifying. I'm going to say that right now. But
okay,
but Five Nights at Freddy's 2, at least for newer people, is a little more challenging. Once you get the hang of it, that quickly fades away. And that's why I have to give it... Okay, that's... Five Nights at Freddy's 2, that's where I have to give it. Like, yeah, it's a little challenging at the beginning, but you'll slowly get more and more used to it. Whereas Five Nights at Freddy's 1, the story is more driven. There's more story,
I can
it's more horror, and let's be real, that 2020 mode is a beast.
That's true.
Especially comparing it to Five Nights at Freddy's 2, absolutely not.
Okay.
But I have to get to Five Nights at Freddy's 2 because the characters. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, FNAF 2 or FNAF 3?
That's tricky. I kind of have to go Five Nights at Freddy's 3.
Really? Okay, I agree with this. Okay, FNAF 3 or FNAF 4?
FNAF 4. 100%.
Okay, I agree with that too. Now, I'll admit anything past that I have not played, so I can't really give you any,
That's
any more
fair.
questions there.
And
I've stopped
honestly,
it before.
I was gonna say you're probably gonna Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is like, as somebody who loves horror games, Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is definitely where that takes the cake.
Well, Journey of Jeff, was that a fun horror game?
Oh damn, you know about everything. Oh goodness, Journey of Jeff was a fun game to make. Probably honestly, if I have to say it, probably the best game I've ever had the chance of working on. Um, 5 levels, tons of story, and I mean, just tons of challenges wherever you go. Had a blast making it, and honestly, if I could, I would absolutely work with that team again.
I guess I'll, after this interview, I'll send them a text asking them for Journey of Jeff too. Would be pretty cool.
I'd be happy to work on it.
Just so we can see you in that role again. Would you say then that horror is, I guess, your go-to genre in terms of, I guess, voice acting or for your gameplays?
100%. I love horror games. Most of the games I actually make currently are horror games.
Nice. What are some of the games you've made?
Currently working on a backrooms pool room inspired game called Lost in Infinity, where it has the calmness of the pool rooms, but also enemies from certain other areas. Stuff like Liminal Maze, which is just like a maze that you have a timer, try to beat it. Mm-hmm. And the last one, still working on that one too. What was it called? Mansion of Horrors, where there are 13 doors you get to choose, and you'll have to deal with whatever creatures inside.
Nice. And you mentioned that Mansion of Horrors is still a work in progress?
Very much, yes.
When are we getting a sneak peek?
That one I could send you in a little bit, but I could also send you... The one I could definitely send you soon would be Lost in Infinity, the pool room one.
Nice. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. whenever you have a demo out or it is out, when it is out, I'll definitely check it out.
Of course, I could have it to you at least in the upcoming weeks.
Nice. Would you say you prefer, I guess, indie horror games over AAA horror games?
Yes, especially right now, how the indie industry is going. Yes. Games like, honestly, Lethal Company, like Poppy Playtime, like those kind. I mean, it's hard to pass them up, especially with like the story drivenness of it, the horror. Especially if it's a multiplayer horror game. I mean, your chances have skyrocketed since at least the 2020s.
Yeah, completely true. I agree completely. I think in terms of, I guess, ever since the 2020s started, I got more into watching gameplays, especially of horror games, and like this current generation of horror games, indie horror games specifically, are just fantastic. Puppet Combo is like the first one that I can think of, and there's many others. And Man the Adventurer. All of these are just this is a great time for indie horror game devs. Would you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. Especially with how many are starting to make it into the actual game awards nowadays.
Yeah, very true. So you also study game design currently, correct?
That is correct.
Have you thought of potentially combining, I guess, your game design expertise with your content creation, like YouTube streaming?
Very much. A few of the models I actually use are from Unity, and also the fact that the newest Game Awards will also be taking a lot of assets from Unreal, and most of the scenes from that will be built in Unreal. This year, now more than ever, that's going to be true.
Nice. That's awesome. It's really cool.
Thank you.
When are you letting your chat, I guess, take control of your screen?
We'll have to see on that one.
You're telling me it wouldn't be absolutely just amazing content to have your chat play Lethal Company and make zero progress?
Oh goodness. Nah, let me let them do that with Fancy Phrase 1. We'll see what happens.
So, in terms of your content creation, when is your next Silk Song stream?
Oh goodness. Um I can't lie, I really badly want to get back to Silk Song. Um Obviously my studies right now are a little bit more important, so yeah, I have to put it on hold, but I definitely plan to stream Silk Song hopefully soon. I'd say best chances are after May.
After May?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take note of that because you know you haven't finished the game yet. I also haven't finished the game yet. One of us has to finish the game.
You want to make it a competition?
I'm going to start over next time I play it, just because I forgot everything that I've done so far. So,
oh goodness, I failed that. I left off at a boss fight. I don't know if I'm ready.
So what's a common belief within the content creation industry? It's a very common belief that you disagree with.
A very common belief that I disagree with.
If there are even any. It's a very broad question, but however you interpret it.
Let me see. Okay. I got this, yeah. So, rather than, I kind of see this often, and I always kind of question it. And especially for reaction channels. A lot of people like to react to the newest thing. Or like for example, let me throw out an example. For Digital Circus, a lot of lower, I shouldn't say lower channels, but you know what I mean, like channels that are just starting out will try to record really high priority videos like that. The problem is you're really, especially with how YouTube's algorithm is, they like to show the higher channels first. It doesn't matter if you upload before them or the other channels. For example, a channel I'm actually gonna give a quick shout out to, Steven Z Killer. He reacts to a lot of content that I also react to. His videos will always be put above mine because of how the algorithm works. And I see this. Sadly, even I am, even I am kind of sadly in that algorithm where I'm put above channels. Mm-hmm. Hugest example I can prove of that is a channel called TheJuice37. A lot of channels that I actually work with do react to that content, but if you were to look it up, you'll see me first, and then you'll have to scroll down a bit to see any of them. I've even shouted this out in a video before, but I always feel that if you're going to do a reaction channel, don't always just react to the newest video in the algorithm. I promise you, there are tons and tons of older videos that you can react to that people love. I mean, best example I can give of this is TF2. The game is super old, and yet it is very alive. There's a new series that's called Don't Join Red Team, and I promise if you react to that, you will get, more views or content from that. But yeah,
that's very good advice. Actually, that's very good advice, and I'm sure there's a not small amount of people that would love to see content like this. But of course, with the way I guess people think of when they think of reacting to content, it's always the first idea that comes to mind is, this is, I guess, popping off. This is trending. I have to get on that train before it dies down. But sometimes it's always good to look back. You know, Half-Life, for example. Would you say Half-Life would be good reaction content?
Very much. And you're very right. Because I should say this before we continue. I'm not saying you shouldn't react to the newest thing. Because you should. But at the same time, don't be questioning why your video only has maybe 13 views while you're maybe 20th on the list. throw yourself into more genres. I promise you, if you throw yourself into a few genres, you will find a community that you'll fall in love with.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think there was a trend a few years ago where people were just, I guess, hating on reaction content. But I've always loved reaction content. I've always loved seeing what my favorite commentators thought when it came to certain videos or topics. Do you agree with that?
Very much. And also, especially, I have also been hit by comments that are like, why are you stealing content? I promise you, I give all my credit to that. That's the only rule I will give to reaction channels. Please be sure to credit the original. Because, I mean, if you're going to react to their content, the least you could do is just be like, hey, this is the name of the title, this is this is what it is. And this is even optional. You could put the original in the description, and I promise you, the comments that say you're stealing will drop drastically.
Oh yeah, definitely. See that a lot on, Instagram Reels where sometimes content's, copied and pasted. And not in terms of reaction content, but just content in general is copy pasted. And there's no, hey, this person made this video or this person made this post. I feel like in terms of all types of contents, always crediting the original makes a whole difference, a whole lot of a difference.
Absolutely.
So what is something that you believe now that you didn't believe, I guess, 5 years ago?
Funny enough, we kind of just talked about this, which was the belief of how you always have to record the newest thing rather than like the older things.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and it dawned on me one day because I was checking through my videos and I noticed I was checking like most popular, and I saw that a video from a couple years back had started to rise up. Something that you will start to realize is that the algorithm will always, sometimes it's unfair, but at others it can be really fair. Sure. You may run into moments where, videos don't get a lot of views. That doesn't mean later on it won't get more views. That's something that might surprise even, and this isn't even for reaction channels, this is for any channel in general. Your older videos, until you unlist or private them, always have a chance to become either better or start popping off.
Yeah, I think that happens in a lot of industries too, even with music. I think we've seen music that was made, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, and all of a sudden a TikTok goes viral, and now that song is trending on the Billboard Top 100. Like the same thing there can happen with videos. Absolutely, a topic just becomes just popular because things just randomly become popular. That's just how present day works. Present day of the internet works.
Very true.
So what's something, I guess, in terms of content creation that you're still unsure about?
Still unsure about. Okay. Kind of a sad truth, but and I just said this earlier, but collab requests. It's a very sad category in its own. Because obviously, like, as a content creator, obviously I want to help as many people as I can. But the problem is, can you really trust everybody you bring on?
Yeah, that's a fair question. It's a really fair question.
Because I'll admit, I've had my fair share where, I go to collab somebody, and it's great. I love it. It's amazing. But at the same time, you're going to have a bad apple every once in a while who, instead of being there to collab, is more likely to try to kind of take over the whole show. I mean, I've collabed with people who wouldn't even let me get an intro in. I mean, if we're not gonna work together, why did you ask me to be here? So I'd say that's like the only downside of collabing. Other than that, I promise you'll have a great time.
Yeah, so wow, those are very wise words. Very good question there. It's one of those, I guess, circumstances where it kind of feels like in a barrel of apples, you have the few at the bottom that are just bad apples, and it ruins the taste of wanting to do collaborations when you have those people who, I guess, sucked the feeling of wanting to do them from you.
Very true.
What is one habit that you're trying to break?
Oh my goodness. How about not editing certain videos? I record all these videos and I don't edit all of them.
Just post the entire VOD. just
I know.
put in upload.
I just need to do it.
Nothing to add. No cuts, no edits. Just 3 hours. Upload it. Whatever happens. And then you find out a day later that there was music playing, and now you're copyright striked.
Didn't edit it. Number one video on YouTube. How?
What's your favorite song that would get you copyright striked?
Favorite song. Funny enough, I actually did do. Currently, I love listening to Epic the Musical by Jorge.
Perfect musical.
Oh yeah. Downside. And this actually happened during the live stream. Certain songs were getting the whole stream blacked out. If I could use that music in certain spots in my videos, though, oh, absolutely.
Before we end this interview, you and I should do a duet of Suffering.
You know what? I can't sing well, but I would still love to.
Dead serious? This would be iconic.
I'm down.
You know, I can be the siren. You can be Odysseus.
Deal.
This would be perfect content. I'm sure everyone wants to see. I'm sure the people on the call right now will love to hear this too.
Oh yeah.
What is some of the best advice with content creation that you've heard?
Best advice that I've heard. It's got to come from. Oh yeah. It's got to come from the guy who name was Waylon JP Online. He actually taught me how to edit, and I mean the advice is very solid. And I've kind of been saying it this whole podcast, which was just enjoy what you're doing. If you don't want to keep doing this, you don't have to. I see a lot of channels that just kind of drain themselves, and if you need a break, you can take a break. Literally
there's nothing wrong with breaks at all. Nothing wrong.
Right. Nothing wrong with taking a break, and in the end, just enjoy what you're doing. If a video's not going well, that's all right. That means on the next one, you get to have a lot more fun, try a little harder, and hey, in the end, if you had fun, and for what I like to say, if one thing I like to live by is I don't care if a video didn't do well. If I made one person's day, that video did enough.
You're reading my mind here. I was literally about to comment that even if the video did terribly, or it didn't meet expectations, as long as you had fun making the video, that's what counts, right?
Very true, yes.
So you got to stop reading my brain. So, and on the same line of thinking, what is some of the worst advice you've received?
Oh, goodness. Worst advice I have ever received. Oh, yeah. No, I know what it is. Worst advice is that if you are in a group, you can never leave it. That is a lie.
That's awful advice.
Yeah, because I don't know where this idea. I've worked with a few people that are like, I'm in this group and, it's not the best, but, if I leave it, and I'm like, guys, you do realize the reason they're messing with you is because you're better than them. Like, yeah. I see your content and how good it is. Their video, they haven't even gotten their videos out. I promise you, go solo for a bit. Because that's how I started. I started out in a bad group, eventually found my way to a new one, and ever since then, I've had the time of my life. If I had stayed in that first group, never would have gotten the chance for that.
Yeah, I think a very important, lesson to learn from content creation is that burnout is a very real, and very damaging, thing to content creators, right? And so groups like that can definitely escalate the burnout. Would you agree?
Oh, 100%.
I wouldn't be surprised if there were so many different YouTubers, streamers, TikTokers that quit or left because they were in groups that were actively being negative or actively harming their ability to make content. I'm sure this is not an uncommon phenomenon.
Yeah, sadly, it's not. I wish it was more of a rarity, but sadly, no.
Yeah, sadly, but I guess one thing that we could do, and as that other content creators do, is to call it out as an issue, right? Like, hey, you're able to lead these groups. You do not have to depend on these groups. These groups are bad for you. And I think once we fix that mindset, or make this new mindset more public, I'm sure a lot of people will feel more comfortable, with leaving their current groups. Would you agree?
100%. Absolutely.
So what are you excited for next? What is the next step of your journey?
Next step, go to bring more of my game design into my channel, and more of my channel into my game design stuff. I would love to start, putting the skills I've been learning for years to use. So not only I can, create games, but also, one day maybe or maybe not scare the hell out of the people I work with.
just scare the entire chat. If chat types J, a jump scare pops up.
Oh yeah, this guy gets it.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect content right there. If someone takes away one idea from this conversation, what do you hope it is?
Honestly, just to have fun. So many content creators come in and, like you said, they burn themselves out. They're trying to do it for money. I promise you, if you're here for money, it's gonna take a minute. So in the end, only lesson I really would love for people to take away is to just enjoy what you're doing. Don't turn it into a job, because I can't say it any better than that. Just enjoy what you're doing. And if you put your heart and soul into it, I promise you it'll work out.
If it becomes a job or a chore, then you're bound to enjoy it less, right? If you feel like you have to get your 8 hours in.
Right.
Well, before we end here, is there anything you would like to shout out or advertise?
Obviously the Andre Price Show now, and my co-host Amiri. And other than that, I would say y'all have a great time now.
Thank you. And just so y'all know, I did not pay him to say that. But Blake, thank you for coming onto the show. It was great talking with you. And to those listening, if you enjoyed this show, please be sure to follow the producers, Backup Squad, and myself. Thank you, and see you next time.